to everyone that is listening to this. I'm Miruna and I'm here with my colleague Andrea. We are back with another fresh conversation with Elise Chang, who will start a fire protection engineering program at the University of Maryland. Hello, Elise. Good to have you here.
Hi, thank you for having me as well.
Elise, we'd like to get to know you better, so we have a bunch of questions for you today. We would like to show everyone how does a student at the beginning of the road in becoming a fire engineer see the world before learning the basic concepts of this field, the insides, and after finding out how indispensable a fire engineer is for the built environment.
Right. So the way I got involved or even found out about fire protection engineering, I had seen all of the different types of engineerings offered at the University of Maryland. And it just kind of stuck out because I had never heard of it before. We understand mechanical and civil well enough, but fire protection engineering, they had a picture of a student and they're leaning over a lab with a fire. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. And with that, I kind of just pursued it from there. And I talked with college advisors, I talked with students. I went on information sessions and then I eventually did a lab tour and I got to see all the different things that students were doing there. And it was so easy to get involved as well. It was so accessible to me. And I loved that there was just so much communication and so many people were willing to help me start that journey towards fire protection engineering. And now here I am about to start it in the fall myself. So it was a wonderful process.
So this is your story, and even though this is a simple question, most people find it difficult from time to time. This question, how did you chose fire engineering?
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you heard of it before.
Yeah, so it was kind of just in passing. It was actually it was for my brother. We went to the University of Maryland for his college tour, and so I was much younger, maybe I think eighth or ninth grade. So it kind of just stuck in the back of my head as I went through my high school journey. And then when it was my time to figure out what do I want to do, like sophomore, junior year, that's when I started to really pursue it and find ways to talk with people in it. I was able to talk with someone who went to my high school who continued in the program and then now they're graduated. But it's just so amazing the tight-knit community of fire protection engineers locally and nationally, globally. When I decided to go to a summer camp for fire protection engineering through University of Maryland, and I met with an alumni at the end of every single day. And that's when I started to see the bigger picture. So we went like locally in different states, in different countries, in different parts of the world, and how every single person was doing different things and all of them making different impacts in their area. And it was very cool. And I was inspired as well.
I presume it was a major decision for you, choosing your degree and what you're going to do pretty much all your life from now on. So why did you choose this very specific university? Because you could have applied to others, that are doing the same program.
Yeah, University of Maryland, I just loved it. I don't know. I was on campus and it's one of those things where I just love the atmosphere. I loved the people. I loved the support systems they had in place. And getting more into the program too, once again, it was just that tight-knit feeling where I just knew that the college advisors and the students around me were all uplifting me and helping me reach my goals. And that's why I wanted the University of Maryland, and that's why I wanted to be in this program, because it's unique, it's a community, and it's hard to find anywhere else.
Exactly. I think they're one of the first university that started this program of fire protection engineering. And also, I'm sure that there are a lot of people that are interested in applying to such a program. So can you go through the process of applying to Maryland with me? Like, for example, do you need a cover letter or a portfolio?
Yeah.
You took an exam. What are these
Um, so it's about the same process as like any other other college. You fill out the common application and then you fill out the University of Maryland's application. And ooh, oh my gosh, I'm like going back to like the beginning of fall when I applied. And those can take a little bit of time. You have to send in your resume. Um, I I really wanted to, like, University of Maryland was my dream school. It's my top school. And um, to ensure that I got in, I did everything I possibly could. So I got as many letter of recommendations as like the maximum allowed. Um, and then having an internship helped as well, or just having some background experience, I guess, working with fire protection engineering. I involved myself in SFPE, Society of Fire Protection Engineers. Um, and yeah, I kind of was just like, how else can I get involved? You know, the summer camp helped as well. Um, but yeah, just becoming fire protection engineering, like, what can I do? Yeah.
I um you've mentioned to us, Elise, that you are going to start this fall. Have you done some research, or do you know from the summer camp what kind of courses first year student is going to have at Maryland University?
Yeah. I know that typically incoming freshmen take an introduction to fire protection engineering. So it's FPE 101. And that's where you would, I believe it's where you make a model of a dorm room and then you put an alarm system in it and a sprinkler system in it. And you have to do like a test at the end of the semester to see if it all works. But normally incoming freshmen and sophomores, they have to get all their prerequisites and their gen eds in there. So lots of maths and physics. I think there's a chemistry in there too.
Oh,
But yeah, but once all those classes are done, then you can really start getting into fire safety and also pursuing any concentrations you really like wildfires, consulting, or if you like a specific part of FPE, so like evacuation modeling. So yeah, things like that.
And from all of the topics, what do you think is going to be your favorite subject and why?
I think the engineering courses are going to be my favorite. They're so creative. They're so like they use a lot of problem solving and all the different aspects of all the other subjects. I do like sciences as well. So I'm excited to get back into that. Yeah,
wonderful. You're really passionate about this subject, Elise.
thank you.
And we've been speaking to many engineers, and we've realized that a fire engineer can do multiple things. And after graduating, you can work as a consultant for big or small companies, or you can work for the government, or as a professor, or maybe you want to work as a researcher. Probably, is it too soon to ask you about career options? But I'd like to know which part of fire engineering you find the most attractive and why.
Absolutely. Uh, right now, or there are like two concentrations that really stand out to me. I just took forensic science in my senior year of high school, and I was interested in arson investigation within fire protection engineering. And I also got to talking with someone in my neighborhood who actually knows about that and works on that. Like they have a family of fire protection engineers, which is interesting. Like all their family works on fire protection, different types of that. So I got interested in that, but also the studies of wildfires as well. So that I guess would be more research based. But there are just so many different branches of FPE. So at any point in time, if I find a different concentration in there, I can always just kind of turn my attention towards that and go from there because there are just so many opportunities within FPE. And internships offered at Maryland too.
Indeed, and you mentioned forensic fire engineering. I think that's one of the actually hardest types, let's call it, of fire engineering. I haven't met like maybe two people that are able to do forensic fire engineering. So yeah, that's actually quite great. Hopefully you'll become one of them.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I think you are aware that fire engineering is a very portable career. It is available in most countries and it's expanding even more. So, my question for you is: would you be interested in relocating to another country to work as a fire engineer? And if yes, have you thought of a specific country that you'd like to go to?
Yeah. So I do know that it's all over the place. It's so many opportunities everywhere. Only place like I kind of thought about would be Australia or maybe New Zealand going to. That's a big picture way down the line, but I know that there are job opportunities there and it would be an interesting experience and chance to see something new, do something a little different. Yeah. So Australia, New Zealand.
That's wonderful. And
Thank you.
I'd like us to move forward and discuss your future plans.
Yeah.
What are you looking to achieve after graduation or even before that?
Well, before graduation, obviously I want to make sure I'm studying hard, working hard towards my goal. I want to get involved on campus and off campus. I want to see all the different opportunities and internships available and really see what I'm interested in and continue to pursue that track because it could change, like within FPE, like maybe I'll go with wildfires, maybe arson investigation, maybe something completely different. So really just seeing where my interests lie, that's important. And also I have been considering maybe doing ambassador stuff with the program too, just because I've heard it's a great experience and to be like a leader within the program seems like a great opportunity. So I'm sort of looking into that now. After graduation, oh my goodness, big picture stuff. But after graduation, I hopefully see myself, working in FPE. I don't really know where I'll be at that point, because it's just so far down the line, but I I will be in the job. I just don't know where because it could also be in a different country maybe. So keeping my options open. We'll see where it goes. Maybe I can give you an update at that later time.
Yeah, that would be great actually. So please
Yeah.
do, if you are moving to New Zealand, let us know.
Absolutely.
This remind me of my first year of university, your enthusiasm. And I remember that I had big dreams. I wanted to make an impact in society, to help others. And that was a really delightful feeling.
Yeah, I think you did a pretty decent job so far, Mirna.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, we spoke about your future plans, and even though you haven't started your career as a fire engineer, I'm sure you've researched this field before, and you have even some insights. So let's say I'm a high school student and I'm looking to join a university program, but I have no idea what's out there. So how would you briefly explain to me what fire engineering is and why I should apply to this program?
Okay. Fire protection engineering, it's interdisciplinary. It's got multiple disciplines. You can find so many ways to get involved. And that's kind of the beautiful part of it. You don't need to necessarily know what you want to do within it. Do you want to help people? Do you want to help prevent fires in the future? Are you curious about how fires affect people and buildings and anything, everything? Then this would be a great major for an incoming student. And how to get involved, you really just have to reach out or just ask. Like, there are so many people so excited to welcome new people in and see how we can help you get in here. get into Maryland, into the program. And there, even if you don't get directly into UMD, or if you don't get directly into the program, there are people who are going to help you get exactly where you need to be regardless. So just go for it. Just ask, reach out. It's just that simple.
Thank you, Elise, for this. And now I have one more question for you. Do you have any advice for all the high school students that are interested in joining the fire safety domain?
Yes, I do. Once again, it's just as simple as asking, but if you aren't really sure where to go or how to or get the questions you need answered, it's once again just tap into an information session. I think they're online and in person. Just go to a lab tour or like look at it online or search it up, because UMD is waiting for you. Fire protection engineering is waiting for you. And that's how I got involved. I just decided to sign up for an information session. And then from that point on, it's just kind of spiraled into something amazing. And I'm here. There are really so many ways to get involved. And even if you don't want to go to like an information session, you can email the college advisor on the side. You can speak more one-on-one. You can get the personal attention that you need. And that will continue from that point on as well, where you just need that one-on-one. It's never going to be just you dropped in the middle of a huge group of like a lecture or anything. All the attention, all the classes really focus on the students and the individual. And in that sense, like you'll always get what you need and you'll always have the support. So really just ask.
Thank you one more time. We've reached the end, folks, and thank you for listening. And hopefully what Elise shared with us today will help some of you out there.